Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So this is our paper we call DAG model, a new approach for business transformation in the new normal era. So we have two authors of this paper. First is Ajahn Kaikiti Tipkanok, Director of Knowledge Castle Training, Bangkok, and me, Ratthawut Rutankhun from Faculty of Industrial Technology, King Mongkut University of Technology, Bangkok, Thailand. I will start with background, literature review, and research methodology. And Ajahn Kaikiti will present about the highlight of our paper, the new model for business transformation. Some literature about BTF, business transformation. For example, Johnson and his colleagues, they have introduced how to do the business transformation, what factors should be considered, the history of organization, the main idea of the business, the leaders, how can we develop new generation of the leaders, the replacement or the young idea that will be help the senior leaders to change the organization. We should encourage constructive mobility, make decision, allow for dissent, enable structure that encourage the tensions. So for Johnson's model, you can see that this is like a process model. They try to introduce the process, how to transform the existing strategy and to be the new one. We have to expect everyone to get behind decision once they are made. So we can simply say everybody understand the same thing and change to the new way. The whole organization change to the new way. Develop the overarching rationale and beware the market size and dominance. So some model present the process approach. And some model introduce the factor approach like Stroop and his colleagues in 2016. So it's similar to traditional way. We start with strategies, we think of the customer analysis, services, change the infrastructure, mostly technology, the internet infrastructure or any platform, any system that we can implement to our organization to help the new product and new service to cope with the customers. Of course, new facility is needed. Sometimes we have to invest. An important thing, we have changed the new process. The shortened one, the lean one, this is the important thing. We have to eliminate something waste, like a very complex process. We transform the organization into small and flat organization, small business units to be more agility. If you see the literature review, you can see many ideas, not only these two. The research methodology we have done deep interview for 20 small and medium-sized business owners and do the content analysis. They were located in the Bangkok area and surrounding provinces. So we talk about what are the obstacles of the business. The sample size, 20 SME, for example, travel agents, hotel owners, clothing business, and any retailers and factory. Our idea of that model is that after we review a lot of traditional business model, we found that our samples think of the negative thoughts. Negative thoughts mean think of from external effective factor. You can see normally a traditional strategic policy starting with we can kind of positive side. What we should do, or what external effect, and how we can expand our business with the strategy. We think in the negative way. But at this time, very difficult time, everyone think of negative thought. So this is our idea to be our model. We can find that the strategic model for entrepreneur is need. First, we should start with our limitation. This is another approach. And it should be easy enough. The model should be easy enough for the business entrepreneur to transform, to understand and direct, to transform the real situation. This becomes of idea of our DAG model. Okay, the idea of DAG model comes from our idea during the pandemic period. So we help a lot of SME to change or transform their business to survive in our difficult period. So we found that many of entrepreneurs think of their limitation. So it is very direct. When we face the difficult time, normally people think of our limitation, what we can do for survive. After that, we back to literature review, check the strategic model, strategic formulation model. We found that most of the strategic model focus on the how to expand the business. Maybe we can say in the positive way. Okay, how can we expand? How can we do the new things? How we can start with the innovation, new customer, new product, new services. But we find very less models starting with negative thoughts. That means limitation or external factor that hardly affect our business during this time. This is original of our DAC model. That's why our model start with we call devaluation of the business. We focus on core important things of the business and what we can do. So we found that okay, this is the new approach. This is okay, we can think different way, and we will try something easy, because most of the strategic model, it seems like a little bit difficult. Many complex process, sophisticated. So it is difficult for general entrepreneur to implement and use this idea to implement in their business. So our idea is think in a new approach, and the model must be easy for everyone to use.
The DAC model is the strategic thinking tools that has been developed and designed to help the entrepreneur who want to transform their business model and business organization. The DAC model itself has been used and implemented to the group of the entrepreneur that has been selected by the Ministries of Industry of Thailand, who faces the problem during the pandemic periods of the COVID-19. The model itself consists of the 3 stages of the process. The first stage is what we call the business devaluation. At this stage, we lead them and guide them to think strategically from the negative sides of their current policies and current operational strategic management. In those 4 areas that we call 4D. The first D is about the disadvantages of competition. The second is about the debt and asset. The third place is about the directing and control. And the fourth place is about the dispute. In those areas, we focus on the weakest and the limitation of the business to find out what they did and is not success. After we found that, we take them to the second stage of the process. That's what we call the analysis. In the analysis stage, we bring the unsuccess project or an unsuccess action to this stage and start to think strategically and analyze it by focusing on the strengths, weakness, threat, and opportunity to find out what should be the new key success factor for the business. After we find out that, we take them to the third phase of the DAC model. That's what we call change in. At this level, we are focusing on about what the organization should do in this regard, which are the employment, the management style, and the production process. By focusing that, they have to turn and change. They have to rebuild, reform, and restructuring their organization. And the results of implement this idea to this group, we found that most of them can be back on track. They can use this model or framework to reshape their organization and set the target to challenge the crisis, the pandemic, and the disruption. And in the next levels of development, we are going to develop the questioning tools. That's what we name the Pentagon Questioning Tools Model. This tool that will help the entrepreneur to questioning strategically to make sure that when they come to state of analysis, they can analyze it deeply and much more understandable with their situation. And that is all we have done for the country. Thank you for the time that we spent together today.